and last day of the Future Blockchain Summit at Dubai Harbor. I'm Renella Hernandez, and I'm sitting here with one of the attendees, Alexey. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you, Arnella, for having me.
So tell me how it's going so far at the summit. What do you think about it? What did you expect to get out of it?
Well, first of all, just quickly to say that I'm coming from Austria in Europe, not Australia, as many people here confuse all the time. I'm also representing a big manufacturing company, one of the biggest in the world for paper and packaging producing. We are manufacturing, we are not blockchain, we are not a fintech, but for us, I think it's important to see what are the new trends, what are the new technologies which we can integrate into our company production.
So what are some of those trends that you've identified here?
Well, obvious one, I think you also mentioned before, the supply chain. I think everyone is saying that blockchain is amazing for supply chain, but it has a lot of difficulties, especially on the data entry points. Yeah, and this is something which still to be, I think, improved. I also had an amazing discussions with some of the presenters and founders about sustainability, different solutions from Web3 blockchain applications for sustainability. And personally, I'm a big fan of blockchain and crypto, and of course I saw so many amazing people and speakers here. So overall, super event.
All right, so you don't work in the industry directly, but you're interested in exploring use cases. What is it about this technology that really attracted you in the first place or sparks your interest?
Well, I think as a very majority of people who are now in this space, the first thing when I learned about it was just the trading perspective, the
Same.
Bitcoin and so on. But then you start learning about the background, the technology itself, the benefits it brings, and it just was fascinating. All the different applications we can do in the world for more traceability, for more trust, for, as they say, ownership of data, right, and assets. And this is what is fascinating. And as a big company, manufacturing company, we are very slow in embracing these new technologies, new trends. I would like to push our company to be in the frontier rather than lagging behind.
Sure. All right. So then, what else have you identified here or in other events that you've gone to that are maybe some challenges within the industry, some pain points?
Well, I think the biggest pain point that everybody is talking about is regulation. When you talk about smaller startups, they have more freedom. You can go to different jurisdictions which are more friendly, like Dubai, for example. For us, coming from Europe, it's extremely regulated market, and implementing any of the blockchain solutions is challenging because you need to comply with tons of regulation, and new regulation is coming. So that's, I think, the biggest challenge. But it's slowly but surely developing all over the world. Europe was one of the first one to introduce a regulatory framework called MiCA, and I think it will ripple effect throughout the whole world, and it will give us opportunity to integrate the solutions.
All right, and so since we are at the Future Blockchain Summit, how do you envision the future blockchain looking like, or what would you like it to look like?
The future, me as a user, just a regular user, I would like to see as without any complications of blockchain, without 12 to 24 seed phrases, without the wallets, integration. It should be seamless, it should be on the background, we should not pay attention. At the same time, all the benefits should be in our hands. Ownership of our data, of our identity, ownership of assets, sharing the assets, cross-border payments, instant payments, all of these things. And as a company, I think there are also a lot of benefits we can get. You mentioned supply chain, proof of different sustainability actions, CO2 neutral production and stuff like that. So future is bright. I'm very positive. This event is amazing. Just as a closing maybe statement, I want to say, I really encourage people to come to such events and be open, be brave, go talk to people, go introduce yourself, network. I met amazing people, influencers, just by chance. I was invited to some, let's say, after party events, and there you can see some great names from the industry. So I really encourage everyone.
It's true. You never know who you're going to run into. Good advice. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.